Hey guys, what's up? It's me again. Hope you guys are having a good day. In case you can't tell, I'm very excited to share with you my recent project that I've done. As far back as I can remember, I've always been a console gamer. I've always had consoles for all my gaming needs, and I've always used a laptop for my computing needs. Never once did I think of combining both of these things together to create something really special. So I thought to myself, why not get that done? I was in two minds. I didn't really know whether to build my own PC from scratch or purchase one. With either of those two options, it did seem to all start out very expensive, and I didn't really know where to start as far as building one. Now I did the research, so I had a good enough idea, but I just wasn't confident enough to take the leap. So instead, what I decided to do was to purchase an older office PC. And these office PCs don't come with graphics cards, and my thought was just to put a graphics card in there. So the one I went for was the Dell Optiplex 720. I got it from a store called CEX. I was very lucky in the sense because I purchased mine for £180, and the specs were an i7 4790, 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, and no graphics card. So right off the bat, I had a problem with being able to upgrade the power supply because there was no way to physically put a new power supply in there. The Dell ones are custom made, proprietary. So my issue from the get-go was how to take a Dell Optiplex with basically a maximum power output of 255 watts and put in a graphics card and anything else I needed without the computer crashing. So I did a lot of research, and basically I needed a graphics card which could run off the PCIe slot by itself without needing any extra power. It needed to be a small form factor because the Dell Optiplex that I've got is a small form factor tower. So after looking around, I found GTX 1050 Ti 4GB on Amazon, which cost around £150. So what we're going to do right now is pop the graphics card in. This is the GTX 1050 Ti low profile. It needed to be a low profile to fit inside this small form factor case. When you buy it, it does come with a normal size backplate for a normal size tower, but you do get the smaller backplate with it too. So you just attach that on. This Dell Optiplex comes with two PCIe slots. You've got the blue one there, and then you've got the black one there. Unfortunately, even though this fits in, there's not enough space to attach it to the blue one. So it means the only option I have is to attach it into the PCIe 4 slot. The only problem I have here is I'm not sure if that's going to take away from the performance of this graphics card. So all you do is just grab your graphics card and just slot it in. Make sure you line it up properly. And you squeeze it in. Boom. Just like that. I do believe the PCIe 4 slot might impact the performance a bit. I'm not too sure, so we'll find out when we run the tests. Once the graphics card was in, the main issues I had with this was it ran so hot. The stock fans that came with it ran at one constant speed. The temps of the GPU and the CPU ran over 80 degrees Celsius, and there were a couple of times where the computer just shut down itself, and I did manage to fry the first GPU that I installed into it because of the heat. So the way I fixed these issues was simple: installed more fans. I retrofitted 3 fans. One was directly at the back, the other one was at the front of the GPU, and another fan at the top to blow the hot air out. Because there was no way to adjust the fan speeds through software, I had to connect 25 watt resistors to them. Thankfully, installing these fans helped a tremendous amount, because no game I played so far run over 65 degrees on both GPU or CPU anymore. To help with keeping the temperature down, especially when playing graphic intensive games, I did do some fan tweaking in the MSI Afterburner software, and I did underclock it a little bit. I did find that underclocking didn't cause a problem as far as performance for the GPU. I did underclock with throttle stop for the CPU as well, and I did find that underclocking there as well didn't cause any performance losses. So it kind of keeps the power draw down, keeps the heat down, while still delivering the same amount of performance as it did. I do think for someone starting out in the gaming computer / video editing route, grabbing a decent office PC and throwing in a GPU is probably the best choice out there. I would recommend not getting a small form factor tower, which means you will then be able to upgrade your PSU, and it'll probably be easier and probably cheaper to find a better graphics card to put in there as well. With the small form factor computers, you have to take all these things into account. Even when it comes to heating, you can't put a 120mm fan in, you can't even put an 8mm fan in. So these are all things to take into account. As far as upgrading it, I don't think I'd be able to, because again, not only do Dell make their own proprietary PSUs, they also make their own custom motherboards. So upgrading that probably won't work, and if it does, it's going to take a lot of effort. What I would do in a later date is keep this one and probably just build my own computer from scratch. And if I do, I'll keep you guys posted.